Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm ASKnowlin, and today's pop Q is I've learned to seek my happiness by limiting my desires rather than attempting to satisfy them. And that's by John Stuart Mills. Alright, today we're gonna review and practice, okay, our inequalities, okay? So first, we're going to start off with this first one. It says, this first section has us translate the inequality. So for this first one, now, if you remember, this means less than or fewer than, okay? And this is just a variable. This represents any number. This variable represents any number. So I'm just going to say any number less than 6. Okay. Alright. Once again, now this one means greater than or more than. So I can simply, and remember, the variable means any number. And 9 is 9. So any number more than 9. Okay. Alright, this one would simply be any number. Anybody know this one? Anybody remember? Greater than or equal to, at least, no less than. Okay, so any number greater than or equal to -5. Alright, and this last one is less than or equal to, or is at most, or is no more than. Okay, so any number less than or equal to 4. Okay. Alright. Let's take a look at this next section here. For each inequality, list 3 numbers in the solution set. So they want us to name numbers. So for this first one here, we're going to look at, it says n less than 10. So that means any number less than 10. Now the first number that comes to mind here will be 9, okay, because that's the first number I can think of that's less than 10. Another number could be 6, okay, or 3, -1, or even -4, okay. Those are all numbers less than 3. Now I listed 5. The direction said 3. Nobody's gonna kill me if I did 5, okay. All right. Now, here we go. We got this one. It says y is greater than 3. So this means any number greater than 3. Well, the first number greater than 3 that I can think of is 4. And then 7, 10, 100. Okay, keeps going. Any number. Let's see here. P is less than or equal to 6. So any number less than or equal to 6. P could equal first number less. Well, the first number, it says or equal to, so I always want to put the number itself, 6. The next number that's less than 6 is 5. Drop down to 0, -3. Okay, all of those numbers. Now, let's take a look here. This last one here. X is greater than or equal to -4. So that means any number greater than or equal to -4 will make this true. -4 is definitely going to work because it says or equal to. Greater than. -3 is the first number. 0, 1, 5. Okay, and so forth. Alright, we're doing good so far. Let's move on to the next part. This next part says write the inequality given the translation. Okay, so let's see what these look like. It says any number fewer than 7. So fewer than is this symbol 7, and any number, we'll just use the letter M, okay, our variable. More than, any number more than 6. So more than is that way. We'll use our variable, we'll let that be S, and we need to put 6. Okay. Alright, let's try this one. At most. At most. Now, if something is at most, it says any number at most 12. At most means that that's the most it can get. So if that's the most, when I think of most, it's kind of like being at the top. So if 12 is at the top, then everything else has to be less than 12. Okay? So that's going to be, it can be 12, but it can also be any number less than 12. So since it can be 12, that's going to give me the equal to sign underneath 12, and we'll just do K for our variable. Alright? Moving up. Now the next one says any number at least -3. At least means that's the least, that's the lowest it can be. So I think of a shape like that, and it can be -3, and it can be anything greater than or above -3. Okay, so let's see here, we'll use any number to be A. At least -3, so that means it's greater than or equal to, and then -3. Okay. Alright. Now we have any number no more than -2. No more than. So it can't be anything more than -2. If it can't be no more than, once again I think of like that. If it can't be no more than, so this would be a less than or equal to also, and -2. Okay. Alright. And any number no less than. So if it's no less, then that means it has to be on the bottom of everything, and everything else has to be above it. So greater than or equal to -4, and I said C. Okay. Alright. Let's take a look at the next set of review and / practice problems. This here says write the inequality given the graph. Okay. Alright. Well, the graphs aren't necessarily complete here, so let's go ahead and complete them. And I apologize about that. These should have been completed. We're making some mistakes. Let's take a look here. Let's make this one open. Going this way. Let's come down here. Let's do this one. Let's put this one here. And we'll put this one over here. Alright, so now let's go back and look at these graphs here. They want us to write the inequality given the graph. Alright, so this one, since it's open, we know it's going to be one of two signs, either less than or greater than. And since it's going to the left, we know that's going to be less than. So less than, opening to the left, and it's open, so we don't get a line underneath. The number's -2, and we can let that be x. Okay? Alright, let's take a look at this one. This is closed, so we know we're going to have a line underneath, shaded to the right, so it's greater than. And the number here is 1. Oops, excuse me. The number here is 1. So we're going to go ahead and put a 1. And we can let our variable be y. Okay? And the next one here, it's open, so we don't have any line. It's going to the right, so it's going to be greater than. And the number's 3. And this one, we can just let that be z, x, y, z. This last one is closed. Get a line going to the left. Less than. The number is -1. Okay. And we'll let this one be v. Alright. Cool. That wasn't so bad. Let's go down here. Let's take a look at the ones. It says graph it. Now we gotta actually graph them. Okay. Well, we know this one's gonna be on 5, and since it's equal to, this says x is less than or equal to 5. So since we have the equal to, it's gonna be closed circle. All right. And it's going to the left. So closed, going to the left. Alright. Number 6 is going to be an open circle. And this one's going to be going to the right. So open, going to the right. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at number 7. It says that a is greater than or equal to -4. Well, the equal to gives us the closed circle. And it's going to be going to the right because it's greater than. Alright. So, closed. Going to the right. Alright. Okay. This last one says b is less than 6. So less than, there's no equal to, so it's going to be open circle. And this one's going to the left. Alright. So it's going to get an open, going to the left. Alright, there we go. Let's take a look. Let's see what's on our last couple pages here. Alright. We have here now, solve each inequality. So we're going to be solving some equations here. This one says, what is the solution set for n divided by 3 plus 6 is less than or equal to -3. So we want to first start off by rewriting our inequality. Alright. Now, if we remember correctly, we want to move this +6 over here, and when we move it over to this side, When we move from here to here, it's going to become negative. And this is going to just be n and 3. So we can cover that up and see once again that when the 6 moved over here, it became negative. Alright, we're going to simplify this side. And we're going to simplify by combining our like terms. Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. None of them are not alike. They're all the same, so we don't have any zero pairs. Circle them and count them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 negatives. Okay. Now what we want to go ahead and do from here is show that we're going to undo division by multiplying by 3 on both sides. 3's cancel out here. N is less than negative 27. And if we forgot how to multiply positives and negatives, positive, negative, okay. Positive times a negative is a negative, so that gives us negative 27. Circle our final answer, okay. Alright, let's move to the next one. Answer this question. It says, what is the solution for this inequality? Alright, so once again here we're gonna solve this one, and we want to rewrite it. So we have 4 plus 2 times x minus 3 greater than or equal to 8. First thing I want to do is go ahead and distribute. Okay, 2 times x, 2 times negative 3. Okay, and we want to show that 2 times x plus 2 times negative 3. Keep everything the same for right now. Bring everything else down. Okay. Now, this is going to be 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 3. Multiplication and division, positive and negatives. A positive 2 times a negative 3. It's going to be a negative, and 2 times 3 is 6, so negative 6. Alright. And then, now from here, we're going to go ahead and combine our like terms. So when we combine like terms, we have a positive 4, negative 6, positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get rid of your zero pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count what's left over, negative 2. So it's going to give us 2x, negative 2, greater than or equal to 8. Now, from here, remember the same process. We're going to start moving stuff to the side, from side to side. This is negative over here. When we move it over here, this is going to be positive. So, get that. We're going to bring that down. 2x. Cover those up. 8 plus 2. Alright. Simplify. 2x is greater than or equal to 10. Our last step is here to undo multiplication, because this is 2 times x. Undo that. And that's going to give us x is greater than or equal to 5. And we're done. Okay. There we go. Alright. I think we're coming up on our last one here. Let's see. Yes, we are. Here's our last page. And this session to be over with. It says graph the solution set for this inequality. Well, we can't graph it from that. We're going to have to solve it first and then graph it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to rewrite our problem. Two times x plus 3 less than 15 minus 1x. Alright, I like to rewrite things. So we're going to show that we're distributing 2 times x and 2 times 3. 2 times x plus 2 times 3 less than 15 minus 1x. Simplify. 2x plus 6 less than 15 minus 1x. Now, when we're solving and you have stuff on both sides, I like to move all my variables to the right hand side. So when I move this, once again, since it's negative over here, excuse me, not the right hand side, but the left hand side. Now, when I move this from the right hand side to the left hand side, this is negative here, it's going to be positive over here. So you're going to see me write it like this. 2x plus 1x plus 6 less than 15. Okay? And as you can see, it was negative here, and then it became positive over here. We're going to combine my like terms. It's going to give me 3x plus 6 less than 15. Alright? Now, I'm going to go ahead and move my 6 over here. And it's positive, so when it's over here, it's going to be negative 3x less than 15 minus 6. Clean that up. 3x less than 9. Alright. And I'm going to draw an arrow because I'm going to have to need some more room. 3x less than 9. Okay. And what we want to go ahead and do is undo the multiplication with division. Divide. So it's going to be x is less than 3. Now, we've solved it, but we have to graph it. Okay? So when it comes to graphing, I'm going to go ahead and draw a graph here. I always use 0, the number, and the opposite of that number. Okay? And it says x is less than 3, so less than is an open circle going to the left. And that's what I'm going to do. And there we go. I graphed it. Okay? Alright, let's move this on up. Next problem. I'm gonna do, it says graph the solution set for this inequality. Negative 3 times n plus 1 is greater than or equal to 6. Want to rewrite it first. Now, once again, we have to distribute here, so I'm going to show that I'm distributing. Alright, negative 3 times n and negative 3 times positive 1. So, negative 3 times n plus negative 3 times 1 greater than or equal to 6. Simplify that. Negative 3n minus 3 greater than or equal to 6. Alright. When I get ready to move this over here, it's going to become positive because right now it's negative, and we do the opposites. Okay? So negative 3n greater than or equal to 6 plus 3. Simplify that. Negative 3n greater than or equal to 9. Now I'm going to undo multiplication with division. Divide by negative 3. Since we divided by a negative number, remember that we have to switch our signs. That's going to be negative 3. That's n. Now I'm not done because it asked me to graph, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a graph. And remember, I always use 0, the number and the opposite of that number. Okay. And we're going to want to go ahead. This is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to means that it's going to be closed. And since it's less than, it's going to be going to the left. Shade in. And we did our job. There we go. Alright, folks. Well, I hope that helped out, that review. Once again, this was ASKnowlin. I love y'all. Let me know how I did. And I'll holler at y'all later.